Hello, and welcome to the Yoga Teachers Talking Yoga podcast. In this new 6-part series of interviews, we'll talk to yoga teachers both established and emerging. We'll find out what got them into yoga, why they became teachers, how they got started, their teaching and practice styles, who inspires them, and what their plans are for the future. Today my guest is Imasha Silva, founder of Sati Yoga. Imasha practices long-form yoga. With classes up to 2 hours long, she provides space for her students to find a depth of practice that allows for full immersion and relaxation. Welcome, Imasha, to Yoga Teachers Talking Yoga. And we've known each other during our IYTA. We studied the diploma together in 2021, I'm thinking.
Yes,
21,
yeah.
So a few years ago now.
Yeah.
And since then, we've both been doing a bit of teaching.
Yeah.
But today we're keen to know a bit more about yourself, and perhaps why don't we just start at the start of the journey?
Yeah.
At the very beginning, what got you into yoga?
Yeah, so I think when I was first introduced to yoga, it was like it was not really an introduction, but like someone mentioned me that it would be good to do yoga. I was in my mid-teens, I would say, and I did not like that. For me, I had this preconception that yoga is a slow practice, and I thought that's something I couldn't connect with, so I disregarded that. And then I think somewhere down the line, maybe in my late teens, I was a curious child. I went to this seminar on meditation, and then we had a session there where they just did one of the yoga breathing techniques, which was like I can't remember the exact one, but you have to like just put your tongue out and keep breathing.
Oh, okay, yeah. A good way to start.
That put me off.
I wonder why.
I mean, like, I was like, no, I'm not going to do this thing ever again. And then what happened was I decided, okay, like after that, I didn't really try yoga for a while. Like, I never thought I would try it. And then what happened was, like, in my mid-20s, I was fresh graduate working, and then I needed to do some sort of activity after work. And I tried to, I was looking for things to do basically, and one of my friends suggested to do yoga. She was already doing it, and she said that it made her feel great. So I was like, yeah, why not? I'll just give it another try. And I was recommended to try out this class that was closer to me, so I went for that, and I had that teacher was amazing.
Mm-hmm. So we both did the IYTA, as I mentioned a minute ago. What drew you to that course to become a yoga teacher?
Mainly the content of that course. So I was actually browsing through a few teacher training courses that was available at the time after moving here, and I found that the content of that course was very it covered yoga from very different viewpoints, which was something that I was interested in. I wanted to know how it would look from the angle of science, philosophy, and all that, and that course covered all that, so that's why I selected that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the course we're speaking of is the 460-hour
IYTA,
International Yoga Teachers
Yeah.
Australia Association, one of those.
Yeah.
That was running until 2023. Very sadly, the IYTA closed its doors after 57 years in Australia.
Yeah.
A real pioneer of yoga in Australia, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So many great people that were involved and that we got to meet and be taught by, but also have interactions with as we got involved in different things. So
I really liked it that we had teachers from so many different backgrounds. If you remember, there was a physiotherapist who was turned and a yoga teacher. And there was also David. He
David,
had like 40 plus years of practice in yoga. So that was really a good experience.
That's David Burgess, who was our meditation and pranayama guide. Did a whole separate module, didn't he?
Yes.
And then Alana, Liz, and everyone.
Yeah.
Liz, who we've interviewed in this series, and we'll interview other lecturers from the IYTA days in this series as well.
Yeah.
So it's a real gathering of minds and exploring who these people are and why they do this sort of thing. So with the IYTA behind you and a diploma of yoga teaching in your CV, and what happened from there after that?
Well, I did not really start teaching immediately. I wanted to, but for me, this is not my full-time job. I was also working at the time, and I'm still working. And at the time, I was actually doing a job that needed me to do on call. So I didn't really felt like I could fit in your classes at the time. So I didn't really start teaching after I did a little bit of online here and there, but no formal teaching until very recently. I'm still trying to set up classes, find people, and get the word out basically because that area is entirely new to me. So I'm just starting out basically in terms of teaching.
Very new to the experience and teaching, and perhaps this little interview as well will open some doors and introduce people to who Imasha is and what Sati Yoga is. We'll come to that a little bit later. So congratulations on starting out with your own little yoga school. Now, the time I've known you, and I remember when we studied together, that you were interested in more longer form yoga classes, not so much the short 1 hour sessions that you'll find in a gym or elsewhere. So what's the reasoning behind that? Is that just how you grew up? Is it cultural?
So it's not exactly a cultural thing. I don't think so. But for me, when I first started doing yoga classes, I had this amazing teacher, and he always did 2-hour classes, and it was a blend of different styles, and also it had this component of pranayama, the breath work, relaxation, and meditation. It felt like a very immersive experience because it had all the components, and I actually really connected with the idea of using movement to ground yourself, and then using that stillness that you gain, and then meditating. That felt like a really good flow. And I've always liked doing longer breath work and longer meditations because for me, taking that 2 hours for that once a week, I think I did twice a week towards the end, that was 4 hours, was sort of like my getaway from, all the stress and just the time for me to ground myself. So because I was used to it, I think when I went for shorter classes, I felt like I needed more time.
You were rushed?
Yeah.
Or was just maybe not enough?
I think I felt like I needed more time for breath work and the meditation part and the relaxation as well. And I really also like doing the exercise part, and the way I felt like there was a lot more progress when I learned that way, because there was time for me to explore the pose. First time we would just do the half pose or something like that, and then we would progress in the same class. So having time to do that allowed us to do that. So
that's good.
That's why I thought maybe it's not for everyone. I understand that because people are busy and you need to do what is right for you.
Yes.
But if there's anyone who has the time, I thought maybe I'll create a space so that they could come and try it out. Again, I'm not saying longer classes are for everyone, or it's the only thing that works. It's not. It's whatever that works for you. And whatever the time that you can spend, it's fine. Like, you know, even if you do 10-minute sequence or like a 2-hour class, it should be what works for you. So I'm not really saying longer classes are better, shorter classes are better. It's about creating a space for people who have the time to do that. And yeah, that was pretty much it.
Excellent. And so very much based in the style of Hatha Yoga still, and that's the teaching we had. You're still employing postures and flow of class through the sorts of sequences we were shown, or you got your own?
I always like to use a blend of Hatha, Vinyasa and restorative because I feel like, I don't know, I never find myself as someone who would stick to one style. I feel like there's a lot more that we can take from different styles, and if we blend, we can take more out of it. So it's about, for me, it's about tailoring a class that would allow people to progress at their own pace. And I do all 3 different styles, but there are still some styles I don't incorporate because I teach the things that I felt great at. Like, you know, when I try that sequence, if I felt great at it, I will teach it. So there are things that I haven't really connected with, so I'm not teaching those. But yeah, it's a blend of Hatha, Vinyasa and restorative.
So the Hatha style yoga that you're doing is still being sort of experienced and expanded upon a little bit more. How about your own practice? Are you using the same sorts of principles in your own practice?
Yes, I am. And I teach what I feel I'm good at. I don't try to teach something I feel like I'm good at. I'm not good at because I feel like I wouldn't be the right person to do it. It should be someone who can connect with that style. So definitely. Yeah.
Very good. And so when you start out in Sati Yoga, did you affiliate with Yoga Australia? Or?
Yeah, I have the membership with Yoga Australia. I think my profile is there if you look up the teachers registered for Yoga Australia. So yeah.
So people can find you through Yoga Australia as well as your own website, which is satiyoga.com.au.
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent. So that's all. That's Imasha from her background and the style she's practiced, the study she's done, and what she's set up. Did you have any inspirations, or were there any yoga heroes growing up, or anyone that you? What was a yoga inspiration sort of?
I did not have any of that. I'm a person who did not like yoga when I was young, right? I felt like it was too traditional. Like I had to, because whenever yoga is portrayed, there are people who dress a certain way, talk a certain way, and I felt like that's not me, and that's not something I can connect with. So I did not have any yoga heroes or anyone when I was young, and this was not a path I even thought of taking myself. Like when I was young, I never thought I would go down this path. Really, no. And because of that, I do understand when someone says that I don't want to try yoga. I get that, really, because I had that misconception. So what I'm trying to say here is, like, you know, what I didn't really understand about myself back then is I let the ideas that were instilled in my mind by someone else, I even can't remember how I got those ideas. I let that judgment make me avoid doing yoga for a while. So I was really glad I was able to get out of that and be open-minded and try it. So when someone says they don't want to try yoga, I just tell them, like, you know, do you understand why you're not doing it? understand the reasons why you don't want to do it, and that's it. Like, is it because someone said something like it's feminine or some sort of thing, or is it because you find it like it's all about some people think it's more about stretching and not really strengthening.
Yeah,
so
I'm not flexible enough,
yeah. So
you hear that a lot.
all these things.
Yeah.
So what people should do is, like, really try to understand why am I doing this, or why I am not doing this. Understand the reasons themselves. Use the research, like, and there's a lot of science behind yoga. So just read into it. Try to understand what it is, and then decide for yourself whether it's for you or not. Don't let the ideas that you had before just make that judgment for you. So yeah.
In the teaching that you're doing, and the little bit that you've done so far, what do you find rewarding in doing that?
For me, it's about like making sure that people know that if they want to try this, there's a space to do this, and also creating that space. And also, like, I wanna make people comfortable to grow at their own pace. Yoga is not like a race. It's not like something you have to achieve. It's something you just, you let go of things, and you just bring your mindfulness and use movement to ground you, and that's about it. And you don't need to do all these, like, you don't need to be like super flexible, or you don't need to be like super, like, you don't need to have like a lot of strength to do it. There are a lot of like modifications that we can offer, that can give you the same benefit as the full pose. So sometimes what people see on like a lot of social media and a lot of things is that you see all the perfect poses. You don't get there in one day, and even if you can't get there, that's okay. Some body types are different, basically, and there are certain things that we might never be able to do.
That's one thing we know from our classes, that you and I are completely different body types. This one can bend that way, I can't. But in a power pose, then I have an advantage, or have a strength in that regard for the advantage.
Short as a hamstring, so like there are certain poses that I still can't do, even though like I've been doing this for like 10 odd years now. So that's the thing. I want to encourage people to come, like, grow at their own pace, and not see this as something stressful.
And it's okay just to do the ones you like. It's not something you have to then weigh into all the hard stuff or things you find unpleasant. You can just really immerse yourself here and then bring those in over time, as we say. And I think 84 postures, we learnt pretty much all of them, I think, over the course of over the time of our course. And yet there are yogis in India that do one for their whole life. That's it. And I just want to perfect one. I'll do three, and that's that for them. That's their karma, or their yoga. You started your yoga pretty much in Australia or at home as well before coming across?
No, so I started yoga I think when I was around 24 maybe, and then I moved to Australia when I was 28. So I did about 4 years of yoga in Sri Lanka, and then after I moved here, I tried a few different classes, and then I came to a point where I felt like I sort of also need to be qualified as a teacher. So that's when I did this course in IYTA. But yeah.
And how do you find the practicing in Sri Lanka different to practicing in Australia? Is there any difference at all, or is it's the same sorts of things?
I think the classes are longer there. Like the usual would be 2 hours. I don't remember anything shorter back then. But saying that maybe now they have, I haven't really visited or done any yoga in Sri Lanka for a while now, so I'm not too sure. But at the time, it was like longer classes. And there was also a bit more focus on mindfulness, maybe. But apart from that, it's just pretty much the same
Pretty much
thing.
the same
really.
thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And so your venue or the place you're teaching in Chatswood,
Yeah.
tell us a bit more about that, where that is.
So I found the studio. There is already an amazing teacher teaching there called Meg Thompson. She agreed to rent out the space for me. So it's in Castle Crag, just about 10 minutes from Lenco, I think. Lenco North. And yeah, it's an amazing studio. I don't really do big classes, so for me, I would like to spend more time with the students. So the maximum number I would accommodate in a class is about 8 people. That's it. And this studio is like pretty amazing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And when you're doing classes, what times of the week?
Usually I only do classes on the weekend and in the morning. I don't. I just have one class open, which is like online, that I offer. It's a shorter class on a Wednesday evening. But as I said, like, because I'm also working, the weekends are
You've got to make it fit. That's right. Yeah.
Weekends are the free time I have.
So for those that are interested, of course, you can go online and look at satiyoga.com.au, and from there you're able to book in classes and also see what Imasha has to say about herself and the yoga teaching. It's a great little website.
Yeah, and thank you for that, Paul. And saying that, to general people, I want to say that there might be because people are different, my teaching style might not be what you're looking for. In that case, maybe try out a few different classes, different yoga styles before you actually decide that whether it's for you or if it's not for you. Just try out different teachers and different yoga styles and make that decision for you.
It's a good message. Because one thing about yoga teachers, it's something that we were told as well at the outset of our course, was that everyone's a little bit different. And bringing your authentic self into your classes, into your sessions is vital. But equally for people who are going to a class, it's just as important to bring yourself along as you are on the day, the best version of you. And then it's so important to find that space, you call it, I like that word, space. You're creating a space, as well as the teacher that you resonate with and that you get something from. Then you'll come back more often. Then you'll start to really encounter what it is that's going on in all this business. Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, that's great. Well, thank you. I think, Imasha, thank you for your time today.
You, Paul.
Really loved the experience. We've had a really lovely chat.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
I appreciate the time.
We hope you enjoyed hearing about Imasha's journey to yoga teaching, and I'm sure you'll agree that she's got a very bright future. In our next interview, we'll be talking to Katie Brown, yogi and author, and we look forward to seeing you then.